Hey everybody, so I'm going to try to make a tutorial on how to age your leather boots, only without actually ruining the boot. Because I could take like some sandpaper to it and take it out and drive over it a few times, rub it through the dirt and stuff like that. But if I ever want to turn around and sell these, then they're going to kind of depreciate in value if it's ruined. And right now they look pretty good. Uh, like they look really nice and clean, and I got a good deal on them. And you could probably shine this up, give it a nice mirror shine or something. So that might be what I end up doing with these in the long term. However, in the short term, for Halloween, I'm going to be Beetlejuice. And Beetlejuice is a pretty kind of a messy character. He's got like all this moss on his face and stuff. And like he does wear that striped suit, but even it's like a little bit dirty. And then he's got a shirt underneath that's also got some moss and stuff on it. So it's just gonna look really out of place if he's got these nice shiny boots on, right? So he does wear boots like this, but I think personally they should be a little bit roughed up. So what I'm going to do is, I've never tried this before, but I do have a little bit of experience here. I'm going to tilt the camera a bit. There we go for now. I do have a little bit of experience working with paint and latex and stuff like that, because I make like replica movie props as a hobby. So what I'm going to use is some liquid latex, and I've got all these different kinds of paints. So there's a light brown, two different colors of dark brown. This is all going to simulate dirt. Some green, although I've got green paint. This is also mixed with the latex in here, so I'm just going to use that. But all this is just that latex with green already mixed with it. What else did I say? Browns there, and two different colors of orange. One is a orange spice, and this one is like a rust or something. So I've noticed in different pictures that like when leather ages, it turns kind of this like cracked, you get kind of these orange look to it, and like a brownish kind of worn, really worn look. And nothing should really be shiny at all. So I've got a trick that I'm going to show you how to get rid of the shine, but we're going to save that for last. I've also got some in here, got some coffee grinds, some cocoa powder. Okay, so I'm going to end up mixing that along with the paint and the latex, and that's going to simulate some mud and dirt and stuff like that. And the cool thing about using latex is once everything dries, it'll be rubber. So at the end, when I'm done with my costume, if I ever want to clean up these boots again, then I can just peel everything off, and hopefully they'll look good and new again. Okay, because nothing is really porous. Like nothing's really going to soak into this. Whereas if I were to get any of this latex and paint on my clothes, then it would be permanently set into the fibers, and you wouldn't ever be able to get it off. So make sure you're wearing some clothes that you're not too concerned about. And yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and give this a try. And I think what I'm going to do is start with the soles first, and go over the areas that are already showing a little bit of wear, and then we'll just go from there, okay? So when I mix this, I'm just going to use a little bit of latex, because I don't want to use a lot of this. But so probably that much. A little bit's going to go a long ways, because I'm going to use lots of different colors. So I'm going to start with this light brown. This is going to simulate dried dirt. There we go. Oh yeah, and latex is going to ruin your... Oh, you can't even see what I'm doing. There we go. Put it down like that. Okay, yeah, latex is going to ruin any paint brushes. So I've got these Q-tips here. I'll go over all the tools I've got. So I've got some rolled up tin foil. So that's going to simulate, you know, different areas and textures of the dirt, because there's no defined pattern to this. So it's going to look like I brushed up against, you know, different surfaces. And so I've got those. I've got this sponge, okay, and this makeup sponge, and a bunch of Q-tips, okay. All right, so I'm going to take a Q-tip and mix that paint and latex together. So it's mostly a 50-50 combination. And I'm going to add some coffee grinds to that. Okay, so I'm going to start with this boot. Probably only just do one boot or something, and then you'll understand how to do this for the next. So hold it over here and just kind of there. These are spots that already have some scuffs on it. Okay, so I'm just going over all these spots that are already scuffed up. Anywhere that might get banged up against something. Not too bad. Jeez, I still can't really see very well through that camera, can you? Tip it back like that. That's a little bit better. And trying to get along the zipper area. All right, it's looking a little better. And I'm going to switch to a different color. So I'll try the orange. And mix that with some latex. It's not too bad. Probably should have went over all the natural kind of folds. So maybe I'll do that. All right, and do this side. Wherever these natural folds are. It's starting to look a little more worn than this boot. Okay. So now I'm going to switch to another color and just kind of go over some of the spots that I already did. And we'll mix some more coffee grinds with it. And we'll go with the darker brown. There, good and clumpy. Right, so I'm going to go over some areas that I already did in orange. And go over the spots down here. So if you use one of those Scotch-Brite pads, that'll probably take all this off if you're gentle with it. It's getting pretty close to what I want. I guess I'm gonna add a bit of green as well. So add some green, some latex. And mix it around. I'm gonna put all this. This is gonna kind of simulate the moss that Beetlejuice has. So maybe I should have mixed some coffee grinds in with it as well. Be careful when you're using the tin foil, if you end up using tin foil, because you don't really want to scratch the leather too much. You just kind of want to work it in, blend it around, stuff like that. All right, so I think I'm done with this boot, and then I'll have to do the other boot as well. But I'll show you. That's how it looks to begin with. This is how it looks after it's all worn and aged looking. Okay. Now I did say that I was going to show you a trick on how to get rid of that shine, because it doesn't make sense for it to be worn and shiny like that. It should be pretty dull looking. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab the camera. Alright, so I've got this stuff here called dulling spray. Okay, it's a Krylon thing, and it says removable right there. Okay, so it's semi-drying. So what I'm gonna do, spray over everything, get rid of all that shine, and that's going to make it look a lot more dirty and worn and old. So it looks a lot more dirty and worn. I might get rid of that orange color because I didn't really like the way that turned out. So I might just try to peel some of that off. Like I said, once you peel all this off again, it'll look nice and new, I would think. See, it doesn't take much effort. Just remove anything you don't like. See, if you were to really ruin your boots, then you wouldn't be able to go back and fix the stuff that you didn't, that you weren't happy with. It takes a bit of pressure and get some of the stuff off, but it's coming off for sure. There we go. Pretty happy with that. It's not bad. So you can still tell that they're black boots, but they're not, super shiny. And they look really worn and stuff like that. See with this moss color, that green, that looks really good on there actually. All right, so this is the second boot, and it's a little bit more, a little more subtle than like the stuff on the side here. This looks like army paint kind of thing, and this one looks more like natural wear and tear. So like I said, what I might do with this one is just remove some of the lighter colored stuff so it looks a little more natural like this. But yeah, it's really cool that you can be able to remove everything, make them look worn and scuffed up, and then remove it all. So like I said, like and subscribe, and take care.